Test.
Whoa. Good day. How are you?
Have we got Ben? Yeah.
He's about.
Do you want to ring him?
Yeah, give him a ring. I've sent him the thing.
Here we go.
Yo, saying.
Easy now.
Stop now, players.
Player, driller.
Same.
Well, it's just going to be the inevitable awkward start where we try and get everyone to join a Zoom chat.
Who's there? Who am I looking at? Let's have a roll call.
All right, so you got me. Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
John.
Hey, John.
Disco John.
We've not met Disco John yet.
It's a big moment.
No, that's true.
It is. It's the coming together of the powers.
Hey, Josh.
And that's Ryan with his beard. Miss you, Ryan.
Hi, Josh. It's Jack.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a short month since we spoke to you last on the first episode. Have you done anything fun?
Why is time so weird?
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
But it's been a short month is the weirdest statement in the world because it feels like both a year ago and last weekend.
Exactly. It's
everything's lost all meaning. How pathetic are we, by the way? How fragile are we as a species?
how do you mean?
We're all dead resilient and we're like, yeah, we get about life and we get through the tough times. And then literally, don't go out your house, it's not safe, has crippled all of us emotionally. Like every single person's like, oh, my entire reality's fucking destroyed. And all we're doing is not nipping out as much.
I think we're a social species, aren't we?
I know, that's what I was, we're just fragile, aren't we? And I don't think we knew we had this fragility until this.
Yeah.
Like, we know that bombs and fires and stuff can really hurt us, but now we know, like,
Not seeing your people and not just as bad, yeah.
Yeah, every evil superpower now knows, though, to completely destabilise a country, all you got to do is release a virus. No conspiracies about this one, but I'm saying they know now. Like it's precedented that if you did this and they had to lock down, you'd destroy the whole population. I've got 2 brothers in the army, and soldiers are suffering like fuck with this because they can't do anything.
Yeah, I've got someone. My mate's in the he's electrical engineer now. What's the engineers type of that the part of the army called, Josh?
I think they're called the engineers.
Yeah. Royal Engineers. But yeah, he said he's just fucking bored as well. And he does watch every few days as well. So he stays up and essentially makes sure no one gets into a fight in the dorm.
Yeah.
And that's his like fucking peak of what happens. So yeah, it must be fucking shit.
The older of my 2 younger brothers is an officer in the army, and he's gone he's on some, he tells me things and I just don't remember. He's doing something in Norway, or he's back home now. He was out there for weeks, and like because of COVID and everything, when they got there, they had to quarantine for the standard 2 weeks. But where they are was essentially a prison, and they were on 23-hour lockdown, like in a bunk with a few guys in a room, 23 hours a day, and one at a time. You're allowed out for an hour to just run around this concrete yard and back in, like full-blown prison. But it was nice, and they had like TVs and shit. So British prison. Everyone there was just like, this is so fucking gash. And then the whole reason they're there is the snow training. And it didn't fucking snow because of climate change.
Oh, what
and everyone
the
there
fuck?
just got really depressed and had to come home, and everyone was just like, for fuck's sake.
Oh man.
I find it really weird to know, like, me and the rest of the world can't go without doing a job or dicking around outside of our house for a bit every day.
It feels like the human Achilles heel, doesn't it, really?
Yeah,
Like,
it's such a dumb thing.
Self-confinement fucks you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Achilles human?
His weakness was a heel.
Yeah, but he was still human.
Yeah. So what would be you know what I meant, Ryan?
Yeah, he meant the Achilles heel of humanity, not individual human beings.
Just Ryan there picking holes in everyone's logic. Well,
Something I can pick.
wasn't he a human? Ryan piping up for the first time in the podcast.
Before Josh bollocks him for not saying anything again.
You brought up the gods. If he was a god, not great at his feet. Could have been a dancer.
Not great on his feet.
According to John, half god.
Yeah, but the top half of him was the god, so that's why it's fucking
Yeah.
Okay, right.
They was dipped
It was dipped in god juice.
into this river that
Right.
actually made his body immune to weapons bar his heel where he was clipped in, yeah? They missed this.
Fucking daft bastards.
Get himself some high tops or some mids, he'd have been fine.
That's the high tops. Didn't Hercules have them? Yeah. In Hercules.
Go a little bit up with some wings on. Tinker Hatfield could have done him some.
Yeah.
He'd have been fine. If only he'd have been around then.
Maybe he was. You never know. Hiya, Ben.
Hello.
There's Big Ben. Big Ben-O. Big Benny. Big bollocks. Big
Hiya,
bastard.
Ben.
Bed 10, the bento box.
You saying, Ben, you good?
Not bad. Not bad since I was speaking to you a few hours ago.
Yeah. On specifically one topic that we won't discuss in front of the rest of these because I haven't watched it yet.
My sex change.
Exactly.
The After Hours Podcast.
What would your superpower be, Ben, if you could be a superhero?
I'd make more of myself, be able to make more of myself.
Okay.
And have it like kind of like a hive mind of myself, and then I can
Nice.
also I can sit on my ass and not do anything while having like 6 jobs.
That's fucking terrifying. Imagine loads of Bens.
Yeah.
That's genuinely fucking terrifying. I couldn't imagine it. Josh, superpower.
Oh, mate. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Be even stronger than you are now.
See, I've thought about this a lot, you know, and like, I do think, now we're talking about me, that, I do think that I would very, very much like super strength. And you consider the other powers, and you're like, is super strength as good as flight? But then you think about it and like, well, how good's flight? Because if you've only got the power of flight, and you're like, I'm going to fly around and find some crime, and then you go and fight that crime, all you can do is fly.
Yeah.
You just get your head kicked in if you're not like a nutcase. So flight's not that
And
good.
if you were super strong, like the Hulk strong, he can jump like pretty much
You literally
like flying.
just jump like 100 meters at a time and shit. Yeah, so.
And the rest, depending on which Hulk. Fucking hell, we're going to Eric Banner's Hulk.
Yeah, I mean,
Bloody
I'm
hell.
keeping myself human size because I don't want to actually be the Hulk size. Because like, how are you supposed to?
I thought that's what you were working on.
Nah, I'm 6 foot tall. Do you know what I mean? You can't get bigger than that. But Hulk's like 12 foot tall, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? How are you supposed to get to work?
Yeah, that's true.
Walk in the office. And...
Can't get him through the door. Jack, superhero.
To make an espresso on demand anywhere.
Just like that.
Yep. And I've thought about this a lot as well, like Josh has.
Like out your fingers or just like
Out my belly button.
At your belly button.
When I press my nipple, it comes up my belly button. There you go. That's
off.
an interesting one.
you have your nipples of different kinds.
So you've mastered the ability to create matter, and you use it solely just for espressos out of your belly button.
Think about how much dough you make on the street, yeah.
Who's drinking that, bro?
No one's going to drink your belly button.
Straight out your
Let's
belly
be
But
button.
also, if you could create matter, you could just push gold out your belly button.
Listen,
all day
if I
long.
give everyone here a bit of dough, yeah, no one has to know. So when I eat, everyone eats, yeah. So don't worry about it. We'll keep the secret safe. Don't worry.
Well, now I'm getting paid. It's different.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone eats. No one
Now I'm
grasses.
down.
All right, Ryan.
If I could have I'd want to have time travel, so I'd say super speed because I'd be able to time travel. Because then you could get to see shit you won't be able to see.
So
Theoretically.
super speed, like Flash level, where you can literally reverse time.
Yeah, but you could also you could check out future shit.
Right.
So because that.
Is that how Zoomers work? Like they can go to the future, past, whatever. Just
Yeah,
depends
they
how
get to
fast
a
they
point
run.
in the comics.
They
which
use
is
the
just
speed force.
Yeah, whatever we
Oh.
need them to do, we'll just say it can happen because it can. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like using that science. Then yeah, I'd do that so I could go and see
Yeah.
shit I would otherwise.
They're
not
just
get
like,
to
wait,
see.
the Flash can't do that. I was like, no, he just wasn't going fast enough.
Yeah, but now he's faster. That's why it's lightning
And then he's like,
exchange
oh,
colours,
what
see?
if I go like slightly faster? Yes, now you can travel in time. You've got it now. And then that's how he gets all his power.
Is this Zoom force, Flash force, whatever you just said? Is that a real thing?
It's a speed force, and it's
a speed force,
just
Dom.
this crazy extra thing.
Is this canon in DC or?
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. It has its own. I think it's like if the Flash or like speedsters do something and they fuck up with time, out of the Speed Force, these like Grim Reaper type things come to try and get them or something, which is a weird little arc, and it's just
like the Time Police.
Just weird, yeah, it's just weird stuff like that. It's a really odd way to like say he can run fast.
They made a lot out of that concept, didn't they? Like one day.
Yeah, just kept going.
The Flash went, all right, he can run really quickly, and everyone was like, nice one. If someone's nicking a purse, he can run after him and take it, because that was all they needed in the 1940s.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And then they were like, oh, well, he can run so fast that he can actually keep up with a Jaguar car, because it's not the quickest car now in the 70s. And do you know what I mean? And more, and then like science became more readily available to everyone. It was like, oh, he can outrun time. Fuck you.
Yeah. I think one of my favourite things I've seen, it's in one of the animated DC films, and something's going wrong, and like Batman's like, oh, we need to power the Watchtower. And the Flash is like, if I roam around the ship and I create enough static electricity, and Batman's just basically, I'm going to stop you there because I have a way better plan.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's trying to kill
a
yourself,
beautiful
kid.
way to just completely brush aside everything the Flash does.
I find that it holds no
beautiful.
stake with his character when it gets like, it's really cool with Flashpoint with him doing his whole thing, like running back and trying to save his mother. What kid wouldn't want to do that, right? So it's like, it holds no stake when something like that happens, and then it becomes something that happens all the time. You know, it's like, all right, you can do that now, so we'll get him to travel through time and do this, and then this, and then this. It's like in Doctor Who when the Daleks show up again. It's like, oh my god, it's this horrible villain that he beats every fucking time. Like, I don't care anymore when they show up. Like, you're just like, oh right, he's gonna beat him again.
I'm being quick.
It's got no stake, man. Kill some people. Watch the world burn.
But is this part of the reason why you want this power?
No, I'd want to go and see stuff I wouldn't be able to get to see due to like dying at like hopefully a ripe old age. But you know, I'd like to go see the future of shit like I definitely wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, man.
That'd be cool.
And go really, really quick when you need to.
Yeah. Like if I went back, I'd probably I've seen too many sci-fi things to be like I'd go back and I'd be like I can't do anything. Oh no, I've got to just sit here and witness. You know, like when you see David Attenborough and stuff, and they're not getting involved with lions killing shit because it's a fucking lion, but you know, nature and stuff. But yeah, it'd be like that. You'd go back and watch people do stuff, but you would not do stuff in a weird way. You'd just watch time unfold, but you wouldn't get involved.
If I had that power, I'd go back to the time in March of the Penguins.
Well,
when...
you haven't, Jack. You can make espresso out of your fucking belly button.
Nah,
so
I'd
you know what I
change
mean.
it.
You've
I'd
had your
change it.
choice.
Drink before we fuck up to 1962.
I'm saving the penguin in March of the Penguins that lost its babies, man. That's what I'm doing.
Have you got a power? Have we?
Twirling, mate.
Twirling. What?
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. Twirl power.
Yeah.
Like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Exactly, mate,
Exactly. Yeah. Disco John, the Tasmanian devil. That kind of fits as well. Like.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. We'd make a pretty interesting superhero team.
Let's talk about me again.
All right.
I really want to do, and I don't think it's ever been done, right? What if I was so strong that I could do like a strong thing and just fucking go back in time?
Oh, right. I'm with you. So, like, using the
Just
same.
punch time.
Like,
so
like the speed through, I just not even punch, not even like an act. Like I just exerted so much force one time.
That's almost like Flex from Flex.
You like lifted
Yeah.
the timeline out of place.
Yeah, just straight up, just pulled in and went, oh, I don't like the way the world's going.
Imagine Josh playing Flex mental
That
at
would
a
be
Doom
so
Patrol.
good.
Because that's basically what he can do. He's got a flex, right, for
It's so
everything,
funny.
Josh. So every anything that you could possibly want to do, do you know what I mean? He's got a flex in his shoulder somewhere that if he flexes that muscle, everyone in the nearby vicinity just comes instantly. So that's one of many.
It's accidentally, so it's kind of like, oh, my mistake. It wasn't an accident, Flex. You mucky pup.
He's got such a deep character line.
He
as
has,
well,
hasn't he?
and
Yeah, Josh should
storyline.
make a really cool. I think Josh is a bit angry for flex, but
Have you not seen Doom Patrol, Josh?
I've not seen Doom Patrol.
oh, you'd love it,
Oh,
mate.
you'd fucking like that.
You'd love
man.
it. Quality.
Larry and Rita. Well, all of them. They're
Is
all
it
fucking
all of
men.
them?
Oh, read 'em. Oh my god! I've never wanted to shag a big piece of slime before. Yeah.
Wow.
The After Hours Podcast.
John, what's happening in your world?
Working.
Right, John, you're moving sets and that, aren't you?
I am.
So John is actually doing some interesting shit while all of us are stuck at home.
I was taking a club part
I don't want to
on
talk about that because that's sad.
Friday. It's sad.
Yeah, taking clubs apart is bad news. But you have been doing. Has anyone watched? I know Ben's a fan. Brassic.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Do you watch Brassic, Josh?
I've not heard of it.
It's the thing. What's he called now? Joseph Gilgan.
Joe Gilgan.
Joe Gilgan, the guy who plays Cassidy in Preacher. He's great. Met him once.
Alright.
John's moving his sets for him basically, which is cool, isn't it?
I do. Yeah.
fun.
I'm moving in usually at the Sharp project.
At the Sharp Project.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Newton Heath.
Oh, right, okay. North Manny.
Newton Teeth.
So yeah, John's having fun, unlike the rest of us.
Nice
He's
one.
keeping working. But at least we've got a date now. We didn't have a
Do
date
we-
last month. That's one thing that's
do we
changed.
though?
isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly
Well,
what
this
I
is
was
it.
gonna
We've got-
say.
there's-
Like, I bet that will work.
Fucking do.
No one's fucking paying attention, so it'll probably get pushed back.
I was at the park today, walking my dog like I always am, and it was like a rave, but 90% of the population were 7. And it was just fucking intense, man. Like, you were just
Like a Pepsi Max lemonade rave.
fucking insane. Like, it was sunny now, yeah, but it was 2 degrees.
Yeah.
There was frost on the ground at 2 in the afternoon, and there was just acres of people, and an ice cream van there that's always there. And I spoke to him once, and he was like, "Yeah, I've never been out this early before, but I've literally not stopped since the start of the pandemic." He's just at the park, just selling bare ice creams because no one's got anywhere to go. And I'm like, if everyone's at the park, surely us going to other places would be better, but there's nowhere to go. So everyone's in one place.
It's the same in my area, the loop line. It's just like it's exactly the same. When you go there and you think, right, I'll have a chill little day, I'll go have a little fucking bike ride somewhere, it'll be quiet, but nah. Every family and his dog is out there having a walk. And you know what? Yeah, I can't say anything because I'm on my bike in it, but it's just a sheer amount of people. But obviously, it's just because there's like maybe not enough green spaces or people are directed to other places because it's closer. But I had someone on a local Swinton page the other day complaining about a new cycle lane because they're putting new cycle lanes in, so less bikes get to go on the path. So obviously, it's less populated and stuff. And some guy was like, "Oh, as usual, fuck the elderly and fuck the old people." So I just commented and I was like, mate, how do you want us to improve the walkways of Swinton anymore? Would you like us to put chairlifts everywhere? And then like something else, and like 20 odd fucking local Swinton members like my comment, and I felt a bit bad. But yeah, that's how boring this fucking life is now, mate.
You're on Swinton chat now.
I'm on Swinton talk,
dealing with the serious problem of cycle
Honest
lanes.
to God. There's someone asking why is a helicopter about, or why there's fireworks going off every 10 minutes, mate. It's fucking annoying. Why is the helicopter out above Clifton? Why'd you think, Deirdre, you daft bitch?
The After Hours Podcast.
Oh, I found that fucking video of the guy with the crisp the other day. You know, one that I was laughing at it a bit. It's not even that funny. There's a guy just standing next to a rock on one of those, fucking compilations of people doing funny things, and you're like, oh, how hilarious, that person fell down. I didn't. I'm brilliant. Anyway, I was watching this one of this guy, and he's standing there, this ridiculous hat on, like striking a Riker, and his mate just comes in with like a Pringle. And like he clocks it last minute, and just does what you do, be like, "I'll have a fucking Pringle, yeah, nice one." And he goes to have it, but the wind just removes it from his face. But it's his reaction. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's just brilliant. It's so fucking human. He's just there, like, whoop. Oh, it just kills me. But I found the video the other day. It was like 4 a.m. or something. And I was like, there it is. There's a guy missing a crisp in a wind.
Beautiful.
It's a good night.
Jack, what you been watching recently?
What have I been watching, kid? Chickadee biggity bad boy. Yes, Yes, check the mic.
Yeah, what have you been watching recently?
Independence Day Resurgence. I watched that. That was rubbish. I'll come to that. I watched Blade 3. I liked that.
Of course, it's Blade.
So I watched that, and then I watched Ben. Guess what I watched?
What?
I watched a movie called Galaxy Quest, as recommended by Ryan and Dom. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have. It rings a bell. But no, mate, don't think I have.
Galaxy Quest, we're talking about the recommendation.
Galaxy Quest, as in Alan Rickman, Sigourney Weaver.
Tim Allen.
Looking great.
Fucking, yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah, it's like spacey thing, kind of Star Trek-y, bit of a piss take, kind of fourth wall-y. It's
really good, Ben. I didn't know it existed. It's almost like if Starship Troopers was just like 10 times better.
Sold.
It's that type of shit,
I'm
man.
sold.
Cringy sci-fi alien stuff.
It's kind of like a parody of Star Trek as if it was real. Obviously it's real. I mean, the show. And they're Galaxy Quest, so you see them kind of at like a Comic-Con and stuff. But then it is real. Like some aliens come and get them from seeing the show themselves and taking it from a different context and thinking that these characters were space adventurers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That sounds cool.
So yeah, so then they have to kind of like, act it up in that scenario, which is really cool because a lot of them are in the position you imagine a lot of those actors are. They're very thankful for that role because it's their bank now, it's their paycheck. But yeah, you can imagine it gets. I'm sure it doesn't. It must be great seeing the same people.
Yeah.
Day in, day
Camp
out.
as hell, like John said. It's great. Have you seen the Black Mirror where it's Star Trek-y?
That's very
No.
Galaxy
Do you know what I mean?
Quest-y.
Yeah.
It's just
that's like a
Star Trek-y.
serious
Yeah,
Galaxy
yeah.
Quest, isn't it? With a different kind of spin on it. Are you not a fan of the Black Mirrors, Ben? I thought
I
you'd
think
watch them.
some of the Black Mirrors I like, but for me, it's more when people are like, "Oh my goodness, this could really happen." I was like, "No, it couldn't. It would never actually happen."
I mean,
Do
a
you
lot
know
of
what
this
I mean?
stuff, I mean, a few of the episodes are teetering quite close to reality, but
A bit, but I feel like they're a bit like of an exaggeration. Like,
yeah, totally. It's entertainment.
sort of
at the
things
end of the
wouldn't
day,
happen.
It's got to a point where the next season of Black Mirror is going to be purely about Black Mirror episodes.
but- Probably, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's almost a bit like, I don't know, they lost a flavour for me, but then every now and again, one of them really surprises me that I'm like, all right, I'm just being a stick in the mud with this, but a lot of them I've just been underwowed with.
Yeah.
What was wrong with them?
I didn't like them.
Right, one of them was about robot wasps, Jack.
Okay, right.
What? No, that one was fucking cool.
What's the what?
Yeah,
what-
but it was
Having
like,
that
oh,
was fucking cool.
oh, but
Yeah.
what if someone hacks them and makes them kill people? I was like, that wouldn't be in the That's not how like AI works at all.
I think the fact that the AI can be weaponized, that's going to be a big problem in the future.
Yeah,
that
stop being such
Yeah,
a
but it's
killjoy.
like
It was a
it's
cool
like
episode,
oh
though.
look, I've got this remote control car and I can do this thing where I control it with an app from my phone. Yeah, well, what if someone hacks it and makes it like run down your face? Like it doesn't happen.
I think it's like they clearly have like some fucking mint ideas and some really good ideas, but that started somewhere with the ideas, and then it became, I don't know, like you have any season that's going to have so many episodes, you've got to do that many episodes. Let's say it's 5. You've got 3 really good ideas. What do you do to the other 2? Something along the same vein. I just think it's clear a lot of the episodes don't have as much to say as other ones, or maybe they just don't hit home as hard for me from my perspective and position, being how I've grown up and where I am.
Yeah, totally. It's going downhill from where it started anyway, because it's been Americanized. Netflix grabbed it, and Charlie Brooker doesn't even fucking care about it anymore. So it's one of those things. It is getting worse, but I still think it's better than average telly, and I think the way that it started and the vision and all that and blah 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 blah. I thought it was fucking great. But yeah, it's the same as anything that gets the hype to it, and it becomes massively unattractive.
Or
When
like
everyone loves it.
the one where it was like a woman got like a body of her like partner, and then it used the social media to give him a personality.
Yeah, that was like
As if and then it's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
and then it's like, wait a minute, it's not exactly how he was when he was alive. Like, no fucking shit. Like, what did you think it was gonna be?
But then, like the one with the contact lenses, and I think it was one of the first seasons
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you could,
Good
because
one.
that's exactly what you do if you were calling up an argument of what you said. You wouldn't have to rely on this is what you said and how you said it. You could pull it up. And
Yep.
That's something I'm not saying could definitely happen, but it's something I thought you
close
could
to that.
relate. You could relate to a lot easier than some of the other situations.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
again, that like I said, that's just my taste. So I've just found that I could watch Black Mirror in the past, it seemed, and like a lot more of them, and now I still do give them the chance to watch them though, so they've still got me, I guess, but I find myself at the end not liking as many as I used to.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it was the first ever one that they did, and that was the Prime Minister fucking the pig one. That was fucking golden television,
good,
man.
that.
Like
It
I
was
tried
really
to
good.
explain that to my dad, and he literally, as I expected, like shut it down at the second I said it was about the Prime Minister being persuaded into fucking a pig. He was like, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear this fucking garbage. I'm like, no. You this is what I'm saying. He's used a subject that's so fucking ridiculous, and it gets into it, and that is so fucking believable. Every fucking step of that, like apart from probably fucking the pig. I don't think, yeah, I mean, like, but I love the attempts with the porn actor with the face swapping. Face swap technology is now fucking on most people's computers. Do you know what I mean? People just messing about are doing face swap now, and this was, the episodes 8 years ago. It's they're pretty bob on the money, but now they're getting ridiculous. And I agree with you. You know what I mean? They're going downhill, but still good telly.
Cameron, the Prime Minister,
Yeah.
he was in some actual club at Cambridge or Oxford when he was at uni. One of its initiations was fucking big, yeah. So our Prime Minister fucked a pig, or one of our Prime Ministers. Where that actually came from, yeah.
The After Hours Podcast.
Get strong, you cunt.
Josh, health tips, go. Content.
So, there is this notion of when you've eaten a large meal, such as a takeaway, that if you do some strenuous exercise following it or before it, then you'll burn off what you've eaten. But it's not true. Because in a very intense bout of like riding your bike, for example, if you were really going at it for like an hour, you'd maybe burn like 600 calories, but you're probably just eating 1,200 calories of pizza if that's what you got. Like that's what I had tonight. So you're not just burning it off in that bout of exercise. So
how long do you have to ride on a bicycle to burn off 1,200 calories of pizza?
The answer to all questions is it depends. Because it depends on the size of the person and their age and their activity level and a numerous amount of factors.
And the bike.
Well, I know kind of relatively that like a 20-mile bike ride's about 300 calories according to an app, but I've kind of averaged on an app doing about 20 miles, and it says about 300.
I thought you'd burn off so much more than that.
That does take into my account my weight as well and what I've eaten and shit as well. That's about right to you, Josh? It's not a lot at all, really. Unless you're really fucking going for it, you will not burn calories.
How long does it take you? How long does it take you to ride 20 miles? That's a better indicator is time.
Hour there, hour back, I think, or under.
So an hour to do 20 miles?
Yeah, probably less than that, really.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an experienced cyclist, especially if you routinely do those distances, then you're going to burn a very conservative amount of calories because your body's primed and ready for that.
Yeah.
So somebody who's unfit to ride a bike for an hour is going to burn a whole shitload more calories than somebody who rides bikes for an hour all the time.
Ah, right, fair enough.
You don't burn equal amount of calories based on all people. It's why using calories burned for exercise is a false hope, really, for a lot of people. You know, people track their steps on their phones. They're like, oh, look, I burnt 240 calories. It's like, nice one, you ate 4,000 calories today. So, like, chill.
It is so easy to overeat as well.
It's incredibly easy.
I'm like in Endgame where Rocket's talking to Star-Lord. He's like, you're a sandwich away from fat. Like, that's where I'm at. I just sit there.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You got hench recently, man. I was saying this recently.
No, I'm a sandwich away from fat. I've just
explained.
No,
Ben, you don't understand yet. You have the genes to be absolutely fucking ripped,
it was about a year and a half ago or something. We were doing the first season of podcasts, and one day you come round, and I was just like, you just went boop boop overnight or something, and just went hench, or I just noticed or something. But yeah, you filled out nicely. You.
Because Eleanor makes my food now.
Is that what it is? It is
Probably.
as well. It was about the time you got with Elle. It was about the time she moved in. You started getting fed. The end of the boiled chicken diet, wasn't it?
Oh, boiled chicken,
the start of the new venture.
Hey, Ben, have you done anything more, like cooking recently? Anything to do with that?
Oh, I properly do things. I've got the time now. I properly do everything. I made a full-on lasagna from scratch.
Okay, talk me through it, man. I want
my
to hear
boy.
it. Talk me through
My
it.
boy.
Talk me through it.
What do you mean? You sort of put
Well,
everything in a pot,
what did you
didn't
do? Go on, tell me. How'd you make it?
He's lying. That's what he's
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You see him googling.
What?
Googling fucking recipes for lasagna.
I got out my phone
you
and I went on Uber
You
Eats.
bastard.
No, I did. I get the pot, and I like a pot because it looks more like a cauldron when I'm throwing shit in.
Darling,
The
shut
mince.
up. I
Did
get
I do the
the
mince?
pot
No, what?
because I like a pot. You're thinking of things.
I do. I do. Right,
I get
I'm
the
gonna
pot
get Eleanor
because I
in
like
right
the
now.
pot.
I'm gonna get
meanwhile-
Eleanor in right now, and she's gonna tell
He's
you
had
what
this
I made
amount of
lasagna.
time to think about
You
stuff now.
texted her.
Yeah.
Not even
Oh man.
Eleanor.
Oh, this is gold.
I want to hear this.
Here she is. Here
Can
she
you
is.
tell these lot I made a lasagna? They don't believe me.
Yeah, he made a lasagna.
Don't lie.
See, did you hear that?
Was it nice?
Was it nice?
Out of
Yeah.
10. Out of 10.
Out of 10.
8.5.
8.5.
Oh.
Thank you. 9.
9. That was a fucking 8.5, Ben. 8.5.
Yeah, she's your girlfriend, so that was a 6.
7. She was being nice. 8.5.
Yeah, he's just being nice.
Yeah, it was being nice, man.
There you have it, guys. A perfect 10.
Okay, mate. I believe you.
8.5. Say hello to Eleanor for us. That was gold. Thank you very much.
The After Hours Podcast.
Bam Margera's gone off the fucking rails, man.
Seriously.
Have you seen the videos?
Wasn't he before?
He was,
Wasn't
but
he just always
a
mess?
lot more now.
He pretty much made a living out of being a mess of a human being, didn't he?
Yeah, but like Steve-O cleaned up his act and Bam clearly didn't. And he just has clearly a lot of underlying mental health issues and
He's had a fucking shit time though, and I think obviously the guys don't want, they don't want to put him in, surround him with that stuff again. They must care about him and not want to put him in a situation where it's gonna be unhealthy for him if he's not. Like you said, a lot of them have had to clean themselves up from their lifestyles and everything. And I'm like, I don't care who you are as a celebrity, even if you're doing well, you're probably on something. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's as clean as they say they are, no one's as golden as they say they are, but still, it'd be nice to see Bam in a healthy, cool place, and it'd be nice if they were all friends, but it just ain't gonna happen, is it?
would be. And I think them videos that he put out, did you see them, boys? That fucking the most recent video of Bam. Basically, he put one out saying, "Oh, the Jackass guys are pricks. They let me film myself taking pills and stuff." But I think since then, I think TMZ blew that stuff up quite a lot. So I think they actually have reached out to him. I think because what they did when Steve-O was fucked, they all went round to his house and like grabbed him and took him in a car and shit. So I think they'll probably do some shit like that, or probably have done, or are still doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is we don't know anything other than what we're getting told from the little bits from
So much we don't
people. But they're all this. We all grew up watching them on the CKY and Jackass and stuff, and they were just a big group of friends. So the truth of the matter is we don't know, but we've got to. I'd like to believe, and I'm sure it's true, that they all really care about each other and probably just want what's best for each other. So hopefully, everyone's just gonna be cool. Look at me being all like positive and stuff.
I buzz off them like me. The whole fucking the whole series is what they used to do. Even Bam's Mansion, what was it called now? Viva La Bam.
Married and stuff on that and everything now, and you just think like, shit, that was a lot of stuff that we all witnessed at some point. Like, imagine all the stuff we didn't.
And Steve-O's life was like completely documented. But you know what? Yeah, I don't think Steve-O's that cool of a dude anymore. Like his podcast, he seems like a bit of a fucking knob now.
He is a bit. He's done that thing people do when they get older, and he's just gone more conservative and pricky.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, Steve-O's a bit of a fucking knob.
I never really kept up with what they were doing because I assumed, like us, they got to a point where they were probably doing something else. So the whole idea of them doing a new Jackass seems weird, but maybe it is just them. I mean, I don't really. It's like seeing really old wrestlers that you like seeing, like Ric Flair's and stuff. Fucking respect. It gets to a point, and the Undertaker, where you just don't really want to see them in the ring anymore. Not because you don't like seeing them. It's just they're never going to be what they were, and you really respect their career or something, or you really enjoyed them as their best. So it's a bit weird to see them now. Do I want to see these guys at this age hurting themselves?
Exactly.
I guess we'll see.
No, I'm fully with you there.
It will make I agree with you, Ryan. I don't want to watch it, but it will make a fuck ton of money, and that's why it'll get made.
Yeah, I probably still will watch it as well, but it's until it was announced, I wasn't sitting there thinking like, man, I wish those guys were still at it.
Someone the other day was saying about we need to redo American Pie. You couldn't do movies like that anymore. People get too offended. I'm like, yeah, because society's moved. Leave it alone now. American Pie was funny when I was 10.
And the nostalgia adds to that. You wouldn't watch it now, and you wouldn't take it the same. But because the love you have for it for when you were young, you're kind of like, yeah. It's like when I watch All Dogs Go to Heaven again now, great film. There's a couple of songs, and you watch them, you're a bit that wouldn't fly nowadays.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, that was magical.
It was innocent to you.
Yeah.
It was
so
innocent to you.
But when I'm older now, I'm like, but forget that bit. But you find yourself trying to be forgiving for it. You're like, well, no, that's really nope.
It kind of reflects society and what is normalised at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was normal in the society.
Exactly. Yeah, the line gets moved. Exactly. But yeah, at the same time, the whole cancel culture thing that's happening now, the whole woke and fucking don't you dare offend anybody thing here, but it's getting a bit out of control when the mass public will the political correctness, the PC brigade and whatnot will now attack and get people removed from their jobs. And now with this Gina, whatever her fucking face is, who's on The Mandalorian, who has just been sacked by Disney now and has lost her position. You know, and the way they did it was like, oh, we had a side show with her and everything, a spin-off show, but she's lost that, you know, because of these tweets. Now, what she tweeted was that she's Republican, she's pro Donald Trump. She eventually tweeted, being a Republican in 2020 or 2021 is like being a Jew during the Holocaust. Yeah. Fair enough, like that's going to get you cancelled, but does it necessarily get you sacked from your job as an actor? And that's the question. Do you know what I mean?
And future jobs as well. She's got to do a whole new career now.
Like,
I think rationally, yes.
Do you think it should be? Because like, there's always been. I've always tried to have this mindset of like, enjoy the art, not the artist. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, go on.
I've thought about and discussed this a lot, and like the classic example is like Michael Jackson. I still bang Michael Jackson tunes all the time.
Exactly,
Maybe
perfect example. Yeah.
But the music's still fucking mint, and I can disconnect that. The reason I think these people should get fired, not because I think they should get fired, but I think purely from a logical point of reasoning them getting fired. You can't say, I think being this political viewpoint is the same as people who were burned alive 80 years ago, and Disney, the corporation, keep you on in their very family-friendly show.
Yeah, but you think at a point when you're a public character and you're looked up to as a role model and the rest of the shit that comes with being a celebrity, then at that point
it can bring enough negative press to like that corporation or that whatever it is.
All right, the same brigade. My
it.
problems with the whole cancel culture, right? I do not think anything this woman wrote is great. You know what I mean? And whatever, I've stopped watching The Mandalorian. So cool. The same brigade who got her cancelled successfully are now going for Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah.
Right. Henry Cavill dated her once. That's why. So they're trying to get him cancelled. Now, at what point, now they're probably going to fucking roll over on it. Do you know what I mean? And at what point is it, this is what I'm saying, it's starting to piss me off. I don't want to sound old or anything, but for fuck's sake, like these armies that build up on social media and stuff and try and take out someone.
Pathetic.
It's
pathetic.
Fucking, it's such a
and it's when they follow the chain. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with trying to cancel this Gina woman. Like, fair enough, she said some fucked up shit, but trying to cancel people who've had anything to do with people who've done fucked up shit is a really weird way of going about things.
Yeah.
Because I know some fantastic people who have kept company with some dreadful people.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them bad people, do you know what I mean? So this, like, this person associated with or worked with this person, so therefore they agree with their point of view, so therefore let's go for them. Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous. And that's what they do. They follow this chain of wokeness that they follow. Of like, this next person thinks this because they spoke to this person at this party and there's a photograph of these two politicians together, so they definitely both want the same thing. And you're like, chill, you're not all fucking public investigators and shit.
Yeah.
We're in this weird period in time at the minute that I call the overcorrection, because we've had so many decades of your sexism and racism and homophobia and all these things that we've got woke now as a society, and we've now going too far in every direction, trying to correct everything that we're over.
It's almost apologetic, isn't it? Yeah. It's like trying to.
But it has to happen for us to find that equilibrium of how we're supposed to handle these things. Yeah. So we're overdoing it in so many angles.
Part of the process.
We'll then realise as a population, oh shit, we're overdoing this. We'll rein it in a little bit. We'll find a happy balance. We'll be better as a society. We're just still in the early stages of that. So we're in this overcorrection period where, everyone who says anything negative about a black individual therefore hates all black individuals, because you have to look for it everywhere. You're looking for the various isms and homophobias and all this. And everyone's trying to call each other out, because we're all trying to find these problems where they are and root them out. And then it will then balance as we do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. So basically, like the minor inconveniences of getting annoyed with the left brigade that I'm talking about are worth it in the end when we find the equilibrium and move forward as a society. Fucking hell, dude.
They piss me off. They piss me off every single day.
Yeah. It's so worth it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? When you look back at where we were to where we're going, or where we even are now, of course it's worth it.
Look back, for example, at like the rise of feminism and the bra burning in the 60s and stuff, particularly in America.
Yeah.
Like, as a man in that situation, that must have been so fucking irritating to deal with. Purely because you've never had to deal with that before. Women as a group had never had these ideas of doing these things and standing up to you.
Yeah.
It would be so fucking irritating, just like we're so fucking irritated about everyone going on about everything in this woke culture.
Yeah.
But look what society is like for women nowadays. Is it perfect? Hell no, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was then because of what they did.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's piss annoying. So that's why I don't hate these stupid, crazy liberal loonies, because they're needed to make society better, but they're fucking annoying.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
interim.
no, that's it.
I feel like as well that the people being annoyed are also needed.
Yeah,
because that's how we find the drawback.
Exactly, they're the ones.
So we're all part of a process.
Yeah, it's fucking perfectly balanced.
That's the beauty of not everybody thinking the same. Otherwise, we'd be a robot clone world, and there'd be nothing interesting to talk about.
The After Hours Podcast.
Oh, watch Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's written by Donald Glover, Childish Gambino.
You told me about
this.
It's
really fucking good.
That's Ben's recommendation, lockdown recommendation. Josh, as always, it's absolutely lovely to see your face and talk to you.
Good to see you, Josh.
Pleasure as always, gentlemen. I can't wait until 2025 we can do this in person.
Meeting you, mate.
Nice to meet you, John. Look after yourself.
See you, Josh.
All right.
See you later. I love you all.
Bye, Ben. Love you.
All right. See you later, boys.
Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, man. Right, take it easy.
Are we just saying bye until I get kicked off?
May as well, yeah. Just have a really long bye.
Bye.
Bye. Imagine the music.
I made a full-on lasagna from scratch.
Okay, talk me through it, man. I
Oh,
want to
my
hear
boy.
it. Talk me through
My
it.
boy.
Talk me through it.
What do you mean? You sort of put
Well,
everything in a pot,
what did you
didn't
do? Go on, tell me. How'd you make it?
He's lying. That's what he's
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You see him googling.
What?
Googling fucking
What?
recipes for lasagna. You know, like on the side.
I got out my phone and I went
bastard.
on Uber
You
Eats.
bastard.
And they're like, no, I did. I get the pot, and I like a pot because it looks more like a cauldron when I'm throwing shit in.
No,
The
shut
mince.
up. I
Did I
get
do the
the
mince?
pot
No, what?
because I like a pot. You're thinking of things.
I do. I do.